The first time I saw the message, I froze mid-step. My hand trembled as it hovered over the phone. "I can't wait to see you tonight, it's finally ours." I knew instantly it wasn't meant for me. Not for me. My chest tightened, my stomach twisted, and the air in the room felt heavy, suffocating. I thought about all the late nights she claimed were work meetings, the smiles she wore when I walked into the room, the way she leaned against me with what I thought was love. I had been wrong. Every gesture, every word, had been a lie. For weeks, tiny doubts had been creeping into my mind, whispers I tried to ignore. The sudden laughter at private jokes over text, the way her eyes lit up at her phone screen in ways they never did with me, the unexplained absences. I'd written them off, told myself I was imagining things. But now, the truth was undeniable. My best friend, my brother-in-arms since childhood, was the other man. And the betrayal wasn't just emotional. It had physically altered our lives. I watched her from the doorway, pretending to be oblivious as she scrolled through her phone, smiling. My hands shook, and a cold rage rose inside me, mingling with the heartbreak, the disbelief, the longing to scream at her, to ask why. I remembered the nights I stayed up worrying about her dreams, planning our future, and the countless times I had defended him, insisting he was trustworthy. And now he had shattered everything just like that. The confrontation was inevitable. I cornered them one evening when I knew they'd be alone. The smell of her perfume, always sweet and comforting, now felt sickly mocking. I remember the way he flinched, how her eyes darted to mine, guilty, yet defiant. Words failed me. I felt the rage building, a storm I couldn't contain. "Why?" was all I could utter, my voice breaking. Her lips trembled, but she didn't speak. And then he stepped forward, fumbling for explanations that sounded hollow, rehearsed. It just happened," he stammered. "I didn't mean for this." Didn't mean. I cut him off. "You stole everything from me. Everything. My trust, my marriage, my life." My voice echoed through the room, jagged, raw. She finally spoke, a whisper that crushed me. I'm pregnant." The words hit harder than any punch. Pregnant. With his child. With my betrayal carved into the very fabric of our lives. Time slowed. My mind raced. Denial, disbelief, anger, love, confusion. Guilt all tangled together in a suffocating knot. I wanted to scream, to cry, to flee, but I couldn't. I was trapped in a nightmare I had once called reality. The days that followed were surreal. She tried to justify it, to explain her actions, but nothing could untangle the web they had spun. I caught glimpses of them together, whispered messages, shared looks that used to be ours. My best friend, the man I had trusted more than anyone, avoided my eyes. My wife, the woman I had loved with all my being, seemed distant, yet impossibly near. Their choices had consequences I couldn't yet fathom. Then one night the tragic end unfolded. A car crash, a moment of careless driving on a rain-slicked road, and they were gone. Both. The news shattered me in ways words could never capture. Guilt clawed at me. Not just for losing them but for the anger I had carried, for the mistrust, for the way I had imagined vengeance, for the way life had twisted into a cruel irony. I should have hated them. Instead, grief consumed me, overwhelming and relentless. I sat alone in the empty house, the silence deafening. Their laughter, their whispered secrets, their betrayal. They haunted every corner. I felt numb, broken, and strangely hollow. Like a part of me had been carved away. I replayed every memory, every choice, every moment I could have done something differently. My heart ached with love lost, trust shattered, and the cruel, ironic twist of fate that left me alive while they weren't. In the quiet aftermath, I realized betrayal was more than deceit. It was a collision of love, desire, and human frailty. It was the raw, brutal truth that life rarely makes sense, that those we hold closest can hurt us the deepest, and that forgiveness is never easy, even when the ones who wronged us are gone. I often find myself staring at the empty spaces they left behind, listening to echoes of laughter that will never return. My best friend, my wife, once the center of my world, are now nothing but memories, fragments of joy and betrayal intertwined. And though the heartbreak is unrelenting, the lesson is clear. Trust is fragile, love is complicated, and life can end in a moment, leaving us to carry the weight of what was and what could have been. Even now, I reach for the phone, half expecting to see her message, her smile, his reassurance. But there's only silence. Only memory. Only the echo of a life that ended far too soon, leaving me to navigate the wreckage of shattered hearts and broken trust.